Hello and welcome to Introduction to Java Programming. Today is the seventh episode. In this episode, we will talk about variables. So, what is variable? That's something that can be changed. It's actually the value that can be changed. So, variable is something whose value can be changed. All variables have a data type. Data type is basically type of the value. Either it's integer, float, or something. We discussed that in previous episodes. So let's look at a couple of examples. What do we use to hold water? Obviously glass. Water is the value, glass is the holder or the variable. What do we use to hold the latte? It is a mug. So mug is the data type. It's also a variable that holds the latte or coffee. To hold tea, it's a cup of tea which can hold the tea. And what do we use to hold the kids? Can you guess it? Okay, we use these cups, the playing cups, to hold the kids and even their parents. And what about to hold the rice? Okay, we use plate. So this plate is basically a specific variable which holds the rice. And what about the fruits? Yeah, a bowl to hold the fruits. And what if we want to hold tea for multiple people? We can't hold tea for multiple people in one cup. So we need more cups, an array of cups. So we will use an array of cups to hold tea for multiple people. And the size will depend on the number of people or the number of requirements. So to hold milk for multiple people, again, we can't hold in one glass, we need an array of glasses. So we'll use here an array. How to hold different values together? Now, previously we were holding the same value together, more than one values together, and we were using array. What about if we want to hold different values but we want them together? For that we would use class. Class has different portion where you can put different values in different portion. What is a variable? Again, whose value can be changed. It helps in holding a value of a specific type. So we discussed different variable, glass, cup, all these hold different type of value. So let's look at a couple of other examples. So area of rectangle, how do we calculate? It's the width multiplied by height or length. So this is the real formula for that. And if we need to calculate, so we'll multiply 5 with 3. Here we can see the system out.println will print this value. And I hope you remember this blue brackets, which is basically for precedence to calculate, to perform this calculation first and then concatenate with the area. Okay, so area of rectangle, let's write a program which print all this information one by one. System.out.println, we printing the width is 5, the height is 3, product of 5 and 3 is 5 into 3. So this is a simple program which perform a simple task. It also print the value different times. So we can see here we use 5 here, we can use 5 here, we have used 5 here as well. Similarly, 3 is used more than one. So we are using the same value again and again for this specific program, and it will print the result as per our requirement. The width is 5, as we can see here, the output. The height is 3, product of 5 into 3, and the result 15 is printed here. Okay, that's pretty simple. So what if there are different types of rectangle we want to calculate? So we have to perform this multiple calculation, and we have to do this again and again. So let's say this was our program previously that we have written, but we can see here our example is 10. Now the width is 6 and height is 4. Now we have to make the changes in so many places. And if you remember from the previous screen, we have lot of example that lot of rectangle that need to be calculated. So here we have to replace all these value and rerun it. Then for the second example, for the second rectangle, we have to replace all the values, and then for the third example we have to replace all values, and we keep doing this again and again. What if we substitute these these values actually with the variable? So we'll create two variable, one is for width, another is for height. Okay, there's a mistake, but that's okay. We're gonna replace whatever we want. uh, so let's put width in place of width and replace with the 5. Okay, now instead of 5 we will just put here width, and let's replace the height, and instead of the value 3 we just replace it with height, and similarly we are replacing all the values one by one. Now if we this would be our and program. Now if we have mistaken, if the values are wrong, if we want to change the value, we need to place the value of these variables only, and the rest of the program will work fine. So we don't have to go in the program, find the places where this was used and replacing all these value. Now there is only one place, so we just change here the value, change here the value. These value would be changed everywhere in the program. Similarly, if you are writing a complex game, you can imagine how difficult it would be with thousand and thousand lines of code where you have to change these values again and again. So that's why you use variable whose value can be changed whenever we want, and they can hold information for us, and we can use them again and again. Okay, so a variable, its value can be changed. We know it holds the information and can be used later, and it has a data type. So every variable has a data type. That's unfortunate. The programming languages force you to have variable of a certain data type. So let's create variable named x and initialize with the value 5. So here we have created variable x. This is type of the type of x is integer, and here we print system out.println the current value of x is what, 5. Then we are changing in the next line, we are changing the value to 4, and then we are printing the value, the current value of x is 4, and then we again changing the value to 3, and when we print it, so that's how the output will look like. So we keep changing the value wherever is possible. So it could be your game, the power of the user, and its power is decreasing when he get hurts or something. You have seen that even Street Fighter, the power bar is displayed. As soon as the power is decreased, that bar shrinks. Okay, so variable, as we can see here, I have used different type of variable. For age I use an integer type of variable, for weight I used a floating type of variable, and for name I'm using a string variable. So these are different types of variable, and down there I have wrote a small program which prints the information. Name plus is good lovely boy. He is the variable name, years old, and his weight is variable kg. Okay, so if I run this program, this will be the output. Now imagine this is a long letter, and could be an employment letter where all the instructions and the person is named again and again. We just put one variable and just replace um, the value whenever new employment is, and if that name is used 1,000 times in a specific letter, it will be automatically replaced. So we can replace Usman with John, we can replace the age, we can replace the weight. So thank you very much. Please like and share the video with your friends. Also subscribe to the channel. If you anything, if you want to ask any question, please do in the comment below. Thank you. Take care. Bye.